We're back with Hearings and the Passing Show, live with Hal Gill, your host, in a circling police helicopter, I believe, here at the foot of the Lincoln Memorial. And we're going to go down by the Vietnam War Memorial, visiting the panel on which the name Talmadge H. Alpin Jr. is inscribed. Lost his life in Vietnam, August the 23rd, 1968. My Corps' first bass drummer. And so I like to pay my respects to Talmadge whenever I pass. 5, a little over, almost 6 in February. But Talmadge was cut off there as a 20-something officer, I think. Or, no, he's staff sergeant, I believe. Let me just take a look, see what his rank was. Understand he was a ranger and a radio man and was ambushed. Probably never knew what hit him. But his name is inscribed on the panel down here to commemorate his sacrifice in the Vietnam conflict. Which I don't think was ever a declared war, but nevertheless, there you are. The reflecting pool has been drained again. Don't think it's American flag blue from what I can see from up here. No, it's dry. The directories are here. There's a monument to those that were lost after the war to suicide or their war wounds or other sequelae to being in conflict. Alpin. Amador. There we go. Found it. Alpin Jr., Talmadge Horton, Army Staff Sergeant, 23rd August 68, from Virginia, Panels West 47, line 36. And there's the monument to those who were lost out of conflict. '68. Marine Corps veteran. Some survive. Helicopter circle. West 60, 55, 53, 51, 49, there it is, 47. There is Talmadge H. Alpin's engraving. I like to say, I like to stop by and see him whenever I come by. And all the others who are inscribed along down here. But Talmadge H. Alpin Jr., bass drummer of the Colonial Williamsburg Pipe and Drum Corps. First one in the early 60s when my father was marching with the Virginia militia in costume. In the wake of his own great-great-grandfather, Jones Gill, who was a militiaman from Charles City County who served at Yorktown. I don't think we needed to be in this conflict. And there are many who volunteer here and keep the grounds green that are reflected in the light. Once those lives are lost, they leave big holes in the lives of others. And there were a lot of lives lost in Vietnam among the Vietnamese people as they struggled to be free of our influence and of having to become communist, supposedly. I think Ho Chi Minh did not have to go the direction he went, but he was driven that way by the French and then the Americans. And we try to impose our will on others to our detriment. Even if I am saying one thing, I'm acutely aware that I have the danger of becoming quite the opposite if I don't attend to my actions. Head back home, up this way, find a road that'll carry me through. I live off of 21st Street. There's a helicopter coming in. Could be Marine Corps One. I don't know. If it is or isn't, definitely a Marine Corps helicopter coming in towards the White House. Perhaps to pick up the president, perhaps to deliver him, perhaps to deliver someone else. I'm unaware of why that might be coming in at the moment. Usually they're in pairs if it's the president. If that was the end of a pair, I don't know it. But a blue jay, another. Good to see them. Second helicopter. Probably the president coming in from the weekend. It's assumed about 11 a.m. here in Washington, D.C. So you get a little bonus on the passing show, and that we're going to be walking by a pond here on the Washington Mall between the Washington World War II Memorial and the Lincoln Memorial. Another jet going up out of National Airport. And we are at 39% power. Good to have a few of you with me. Charlotte Del Signore. Love to have you on live sometime. Liza, Nature, Derek James, Pittsburgh. Or it looks like we have somebody with some speakers on his bike over there. You see there's a lot of construction going on some of the federal buildings. I'm coming down on the pond here. I'll be looking for life of other sorts, wildlife. Quite often see herons out here on patrol, in addition to blackbirds, red-winged blackbirds. Listening for them now. Hear more people than anything else. But it's warm at this point of the day. A few patrolling grackles out in the yard. Or ducks, probably the other side of the island. See some underground habitats under the trees, big oaks, willows. Some sort of blooming plant out there in the water. It is a warm day here in Washington, D.C. I walk down close to the water. Let's take a look. I do not see any little fish. I see some dragonflies. Always happy to see the dragonflies. Signs of insect life. We're getting deeper. They used to have it pretty well stocked. Not sure if they destocked it or if something happened to the fish. But sometime in the evenings, you can see them better. Still looking. Dragonflies. Little blue ones. Blue darters, I think they call them. That was the sound of a blackbird. I know it's Caldwell. Algae. Expect we have some amphibians. Another jet coming up out of National. There's a red-winged blackbird across the way on the little island that is a monument to the 56 signers of the Declaration of Independence. I walked out there the other day. Each one of them is memorialized on one of those stones that are in a couple of semicircles, opening out. It's a gift from the American Revolution Bicentennial Administration in 1976, 50 years ago. This little island the ducks are using for a refuge. Dragonfly out over the water. The Washington Monument towering over us. And off we go. Closer to the water while I can. And then we're going to bear up on one of these streets coming down into Constitution Avenue. I'm probably going to wrap up the passing show because I can. Good to have a few of you with me. Remember to be the change you want to see in the world. Every cent spent is a vote for the kind of world we are co-creating. Every action has an impact on everything else. Be a good ancestor for these kids up here. And everybody who might be younger than you, be a good descendant of those who came before. Make them proud of your actions. You're part of the solution and not part of the problem. I'm not sure I could say that. But I'm definitely making an effort in that direction. There's some of our bird friends underneath the trees, a couple of dogs, some refuse collected for recycling, one hopes. I hear a crow off in the distance. It's 18th Street. Looks like the park police are blocking it off at the moment. For some good reason. More vehicles are being rerouted around the White House, it appears. For some reason, you can see the Constitution Avenue is well blocked off. Have a monument here to Jose Artegas, the father of the independence of Uruguay. Park Police, Metropolitan Police, all around the White House appeared to be police presence. And it could be that there's a motorcade about to go through. If so, we probably should draw a little closer to try to document its passing. Over in that direction, there's the monument to World War II. And veterans thereof. We've seen our Vietnam War Memorial already and a Lincoln Memorial. All except 17th Street now. All right. Looks like we've got some Army presence over there, blocking off the way to the Washington Monument. I really wish I knew what was going on. Definitely have some armed forces over there. And police. Ooh. Is this route also blocked off? So I can't go that way? I want to go that way. To my left. And it looks like it may be blocked off. Let's see. Why would 17th Street sidewalk blocked off? I would think I'd be able to walk that way. Park Police, Metropolitan Police, National Guard. That guy's heading up this way. These guys are heading up that way. I think I might be able to stay on this side. There's some flags out. Just look like 250th anniversary flags. It does look like I can make my way north. Back home, passing the Organization of American States. Time is, power is, power. Keeping flow here. Unmarked trailers, white vans, police, monument to my multiple great grandmother. There's a Virginia SUV. That's the Isabella of Castile and Aragon, who helped Columbus discover the Americas for the Western Europeans. There's some National Guard up there. Again, I just want to film as much as I can of what's happening here and now. This is a primary documentation for historians of the future, potentially, of what was going on just as whatever is going on was happening. And more Metropolitan Police, another emergency vehicle coming down, Secret Service, there's the National Guard, Metropolitan Police. Somebody looks like it could be a staffer. Definitely broadcasting on his headset something. I think I heard the Marine Corps One coming in for a landing. I hear its engine still. In the distance there's something going on. And I think I see one of the helicopters has this, again, National Guard there, screened off grounds pretty well. You can see it right over there. National Guard. Looks like they've got that side of the sidewalk pretty well cordoned off, and I can hear the rotors of the Marine Corps helicopters that have now landed. And I assume the president's being escorted into the White House or the Oval Office or wherever he needs to go. Yeah, two-headed cops that picked him up. They picked him up? Maybe they're picking him up and taking him somewhere then. Gotta get him out there. Sounds like they might be taking off. Seems like the engines are intensifying a bit. Have some of our Secret Service up on the corner here, including a canine. Aw. Yeah. Yeah. Sounds like it's taking off. So they may have come in to pick up the president from the residence. Hope that's the case. There it goes. Here, it's going to clear the treetops any second. Certainly sounds a lot louder. I didn't see it go. There it goes. Just saw its tail rotors through the trees. At least one of them. Not the other one's still on the ground or not. They may have both gone. But that's it. Big drama. Maybe a second one. Outside the Corcoran Museum of Art, School of the Arts and Design now. The Corcoran Museum collection has largely been moved into the National Gallery of Art. It does sound like another helicopter. Taking off now. Oh no, it's just motorcycle cops and Secret Service and a Metropolitan Police car in maneuvers. And getting back to what they would be doing ordinarily if it weren't for the big drama of a Marine Corps One pickup drop off or whatever it was. We'll find out someday. I don't know when. It's like that. Has me kind of gummed up. Yeah. Ambulance is coming out. Oh, my body. Beautiful car. Anybody important in it? Yeah. Just for somebody's transport. All right. Here comes an Escalade. When can I get? Oh, I'll get across this way, right? Whew. Drawing in close to the entrance to the White House. Never know who you might see checking in. We're outside the Dwight D. Eisenhower Executive Office building. Always exciting. Ibach across the street. The old executive office buildings here. There are fancy colonnades, run into more modern executive office buildings. So if you've got problems with what the executive branch does, with the FDIC across the street, this is where it all happens, folks. Very close to the bunker from which I hold forth with Harrowings and the Passing Show, of which this has been yet another episode, a little closer to the halls of power than usual. But even a cat may look at a king. With that thought, be the change you want to see in the world. Remember, every cent spent is a vote for the kind of world we are co-creating in this 250th anniversary of our nation. And we have collectively created the world that we are leaving off to our progeny. They'll either thank us for it or they'll curse us. I'm thanking my ancestors for what they've given me. I hope I'm worthy as a steward of their legacy. Thanks for coming.